skills that are here in South Australia, and we look forward to doing that. But we'll do so on the basis of proper briefings, and when we make an announcement, it will lead to something. Not what we've seen from this government, but they talk a lot about defence expenditure in absence of the actual production of defence materiel. You can't actually defend the country with a media release. You need to defend the country with defence equipment and with skills, and we don't have that from this government.
Can I just ask you, would it be appropriate for the Prime Minister to announce the preferred submarine option to be in the UK before the poll?
Well, I do note the comments of Peter Dutton yesterday, which it's not quite clear. He was sort of dancing forward. It was one step forward, two steps back. It was an interesting interview that he gave. Certainly, he implied that a decision has been made. Well, if a decision has been made, one of the things about this government that characterises it is waiting until the election campaign. So whether it is defence or whether it's, the aged care payments to the aged care workforce, it will come out one segment in March to some, others in May during the election campaign. We have a budget that's been brought forward to March. They already have $16 billion in the budget of decisions taken but not announced. How about this government just govern properly instead of just playing politics with issues? If they've made an announcement, if they've made a decision, we expect to be fully briefed on it. And I note the Prime Minister's correspondence that I tabled in Parliament from October last year, where he acknowledged and thanked the opposition for our bipartisan support. But that was before he went on his latest desperate scare campaign, which undermined that. How about we treat national security in the way it should be, which is a bipartisan way with considered, sober analysis and with announcements that actually lead to outcomes. Thanks.
Would Labor government spend more than 2% on defence? Would the Labor government spend more than 2% of GDP on defence?
It is likely that we will need to increase expenditure beyond 2%. I've said that we should be prepared to spend what is necessary to keep Australians safe.
Nicole Flint's accused you of lying about standing up for women. Is there any truth to that?
Can I ask you?
What does that? No.
Leader, can I ask you with regards to childcare? Do you commit to maintaining the federal government's boosted childcare subsidies for families with multiple children in care if you win government?
Amanda might want to tee off here because this is a government that last week did a drop, making up costings, making up assumptions about childcare as a cost. Childcare is an investment. It's an economic reform. It's about the 3 Ps, the way that you can grow an economy. What are the 3 Ps? Participation, women's workforce participation. Productivity, by keeping people in the workforce rather than working 3 days a week and then being disadvantaged and actually costing some women to work a 4th or a 5th day, you boost productivity. And population, guess what? If you support childcare, you're providing. You're removing the disincentive for people to have children so that when people are making a decision to have their first child or an additional child, one of the things they factor in is the cost of living and whether they can afford it. Why is it? Why is it that so many families, and you will all know from your own experience, you've come across people who are, I'm better off now because little Johnny or little Mary turned 5 and they're at school. Why is it that that's the case? Does that make sense? I say no, it doesn't, which is why our plan for childcare is a serious plan. Our plan, when we announced the removal of the cap, Josh Frydenberg and this government during this term derided it as wasteful expenditure and indeed said it was wasteful expenditure for the top end of town. I regard, wait, you're not going to miss out on Amanda here. There is zero chance of her not being able to answer this question. No. She's. Have you met Amanda? There is no chance that I am going to go back to Canberra and not have Amanda speak next.